Listen to me, my child. Stop for a moment. Do not scroll. Do not rush past this. What I am about to say is not ordinary, and it is not for everyone. This moment matters more than you realize. Something has shifted, and I need you fully present right now. You may feel surprised, even overwhelmed, because deep down you know it's true. After everything you have been through, after all the waiting, the praying, the resisting, and the quiet perseverance, you finally did it. And yes, I say this with holy joy. It is insane how far you have come. I see the look on your heart. Part of you is still asking, did this really happen? Another part is afraid to celebrate too soon. But I am calling your attention because this is not a coincidence, and it is not luck. This is a moment I want you to mark. If this message is speaking to you already, pause and let others join you. Like this video, share it with 3 people who need hope, and tell me in the comments what you are feeling right now. Stay with me, because I am speaking directly to you. You didn't just stumble into this moment. You didn't arrive here by accident. There were days you wanted to quit, nights you questioned your strength, and seasons where nothing seemed to move no matter how hard you tried. Still, you kept going. Even when your faith felt weak, you didn't let go completely. Even when your heart was tired, you chose not to turn back. And that choice, again and again, is what brought you here. I know the world may not clap yet. I know some people don't even notice what changed. But I noticed. I noticed when you chose discipline over comfort. I noticed when you stayed quiet instead of reacting. I noticed when you trusted me while feeling unsure. That is why I am speaking with urgency now. This moment is a doorway, and how you step into it matters. Do not think this message is random. I am interrupting your routine because I want you to understand the weight of what just happened. You have crossed a line you once thought you never could. You broke a pattern. You finished what you used to abandon. You obeyed even when it was uncomfortable. That is why I say, with love and amazement, you finally did it. But listen carefully, my child. This is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of a new chapter, and I need you awake, humble, and attentive. That is why you must not skip what comes next. I am about to show you what this moment truly means, and how to protect what you stepped into. Stay here with me. Subscribe so you don't miss what I'm about to release next, because this message is unfolding for you, right now. I see you, my child. Not the version of you that smiles in front of others, not the strong face you learned to wear, but the real you. The one who cried when no one was listening. The one who whispered prayers you weren't even sure I would answer. I see the weight you carried in silence. I see the questions you were afraid to ask out loud. I see how tired you became pretending that everything was fine when it wasn't. There were moments you felt invisible, like your effort didn't matter and your faith went unnoticed. You wondered if I had forgotten your name, if I had moved on to someone else who was stronger, more confident, more consistent. But hear me clearly now. I never lost sight of you. Not once. Even when you felt far from me, I was closer than you realized. I saw you waking up with heaviness in your chest, already exhausted before the day began. I saw you pushing through responsibilities while your heart felt empty. I saw you comparing your progress to others and quietly feeling like you were falling behind. And I saw the shame you carried for struggling at all, thinking faith meant you shouldn't feel this way. But I am not disappointed in you. I am gentle with you. I am proud of you for staying. You didn't arrive at this moment unscarred. You arrived with stories etched into your soul, disappointment, rejection, delay, unanswered questions. Some nights you replayed everything in your mind, wondering what you did wrong, wondering if you missed me somewhere along the way. Yet even in confusion, you kept a small door open in your heart for me. That mattered more than you know. I know how long you waited. I know how many times you said, just a little longer, even when you were running out of strength. I know the prayers you prayed repeatedly, afraid that repeating them meant you lacked faith. But repetition was not doubt, it was persistence. And I honored it. When others walked away from you, I stayed. When your own confidence crumbled, I held you steady. When you thought nothing was changing, I was working quietly beneath the surface, shaping you in ways you couldn't see yet. Growth often feels like loss before it feels like victory, and I know how heavy that was for you. You are not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You are not behind for needing time. You are not forgotten because answers took longer than you hoped. You are human, and you are deeply loved. I chose you knowing every flaw, every fear, every hesitation. None of it surprised me, and none of it disqualified you. So let your heart rest for a moment. Reem, you don't have to prove anything to me. I already know the depth of your struggle, and I also know the strength it produced. This message is not finding you by accident. It is finding you because I want you to know this truth before we go any further. You have always been seen, and you are still chosen. Listen closely, my child, because I want to reveal something deeper to you now. What you finally did was not just finish a task, break a habit, or reach a visible milestone. What you did happened first in your heart. Before anything changed on the outside, something aligned on the inside. You chose trust over fear when fear still spoke loudly. You chose obedience even when you didn't feel confident. That decision carries more weight than you understand right now. You may be tempted to explain this moment away. You might say it was timing, or circumstances, or that things just worked out this time. But I want you to hear the truth gently and clearly. This was not luck. This was not random. This was the fruit of endurance. This was the result of seeds planted when no one was watching, watered with tears, patience, and quiet faith. There were moments you thought nothing was happening because nothing around you was changing. But obedience is not loud. Growth is not always dramatic. Often, it is hidden, slow, and uncomfortable. You kept showing up when it would have been easier to withdraw. You kept choosing what was right instead of what felt good. And even when your emotions lagged behind, your decision did not. That matters to me. You believed that faith had to feel strong to count. You believed that confidence had to come before action. But the truth is this. Faith often moves first, and feelings follow later. You stepped forward without certainty, and that is what real trust looks like. I was not waiting for you to feel ready. I was waiting for you to be willing. Do not underestimate this moment by measuring it only by what others can see. Heaven measures differently. I measure the heart. I saw the surrender you didn't announce. I saw the restraint you practiced in private. I saw the obedience you chose even when no one would applaud you for it. That is why this moment carries weight. You did not become someone new overnight. You became more aligned with who I have been shaping you to be all along. This is not about perfection. It is about direction. And your direction changed when you decided to trust me instead of trying to control every outcome. I know part of you is still asking if this will last. I know another part wonders if you will fail again. But hear me clearly. Falling before did not cancel this moment. Struggling before did not disqualify you. Every step you took, even the messy ones, taught you how to listen, how to wait, and how to depend on me. This is why I say you finally did it. Not because everything is finished, but because something foundational had been set. You crossed from hesitation into obedience, from fear into movement, from doubting me quietly into trusting me deliberately. Let this truth settle into your spirit. What happened is real. It matters. And it is only the beginning of what I am about to unfold. Stay with me, my child. I am guiding you forward, step by step. And now listen to me carefully, my child, because this part matters more than you think. What you have stepped into is precious, and anything precious must be protected. I say this not to scare you, but to guide you as a loving father. Moments of breakthrough are often followed by moments of testing, and awareness is what keeps you steady. Do not let pride rise quietly in your heart. Pride does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers, telling you that you did this alone, that you no longer need to listen as closely, that you can relax your guard. I want you to remember this truth. Every step forward you made was possible because I walked with you. Stay rooted in that humility, because humility keeps you teachable, and teachability keeps you safe. At the same time, do not let fear rush you. Fear will try to tell you that if you don't move fast enough, you'll lose everything, that if you don't control every detail, it will fall apart. But rushing is not faith. Anxiety is not wisdom. I am not asking you to sprint ahead of me. I am asking you to stay in step with me. Be careful not to abandon the quiet disciplines that brought you here. The prayer you almost skipped, the boundaries you fought to maintain, the patience you practiced when it hurt. Those things still matter. Do not loosen your grip on them just because the pressure has eased. What sustains growth is often the same obedience that started it. I also want to caution you about comparison. The moment you begin to measure your progress against others, you will lose clarity. Your path is not yours. Your timing is not your timing. Keep your eyes on me, not on how fast or how far someone else seems to be going. Comparison distracts the heart and steals joy, and I want you grounded, not scattered. You may feel an urge to explain yourself to everyone, to prove that this change is real, to seek validation from voices that once doubted you. But you do not need to defend what I am doing in you. Let fruit speak over time. Let consistency tell the story. Peace does not need an audience to be real. Guard your heart in this season. Guard what you allow into your mind. Not every voice deserves access to your inner world. Discernment is not isolation, but it is selectivity. Stay close to what strengthens your faith and gently step back from what pulls you into confusion or self-doubt. Remember, beginnings can feel fragile because they are new, not because they are weak. Treat this season with reverence. Stay prayerful. Stay honest with me when you feel unsure. Aggression from me is always an act of love, never rejection. I am not warning you because something is wrong. I am guiding you because something is right. You are building on solid ground now, and wisdom will keep you there. Walk slowly. Listen closely. Trust me enough to let me lead, and you will not lose what you have gained. Now I want you to receive this, my child, not just with your ears but with your heart. You are not carrying this new season alone. I know it feels heavier in some ways because responsibility has increased, awareness has deepened, and you sense that more is being asked of you. But hear me clearly. I have not brought you this far to leave you to figure it out by yourself. When your strength feels inconsistent, mine is not. When your confidence rises and falls, my support remains steady. I am not watching you from a distance, waiting to see if you succeed or fail. I am walking beside you, adjusting your steps, steadying you when you feel unbalanced, reminding you who you are when doubt tries to return. There will be days when the excitement fades and the work feels ordinary again. That does not mean you are going backward. Growth often settles into routine before it reveals its reward. Do not despise those days. I am strengthening your character in them. What feels repetitive is actually reinforcing what will sustain you long term. I know you sometimes feel pressure to be strong all the time now, as if this breakthrough means you are no longer allowed to struggle. But that is not my expectation of you. Strength does not mean you never feel tired. It means you know where to go when you are. Come to me honestly. I am not disappointed by your weariness. I am near to it. When you feel unsure, remember how many times I carried you through moments you thought would break you. You are still here. That is not an accident. That is evidence of grace working quietly in your life. The same grace that sustained you then will sustain you now. I am giving you strength that does not shout. It is steady, rooted, and patient. It does not depend on praise or recognition. It does not collapse when things slow down. This strength grows as you stay connected to me, as you listen, as you obey in small ways that others may never notice. You may feel alone at times because not everyone will understand what I am doing in you. That is okay. Some seasons are meant to be walked with me more closely than with crowds. Loneliness does not always mean absence. Sometimes it means intimacy. I am using this closeness to build you, not isolate you. Lift your eyes when you feel tired. Let me remind you that I chose you knowing exactly what it would require. I am not surprised by your limits. I work through them. My power is not revealed in your perfection, but in your willingness to keep leaning on me. So take courage, my child. Rest when you need to. Move when I ask you to. You are supported, guided, and strengthened more than you can see. You do not have to force this season to work. Stay with me, and I will carry you forward, one faithful step at a time. Now listen to me with a quiet heart, my child, because I want to speak assurance over you. What you have stepped into is not fragile in my hands. It may feel new to you, uncertain to your understanding, but I am not unsure about where this is going. I do not begin things without intention, and I do not call my children forward without provision. I know you are wondering what comes next. You are asking if this peace will last, if this progress will remain, if the ground beneath you is truly stable. Let me answer you gently. I am the one who establishes your steps, not your emotions, not your circumstances, not the opinions of others. And I am faithful to complete what I start. You outrush the unfolding. Timing is part of my promise. What I am building in you requires patience, not because I am withholding, but because preparation protects the promise. If I gave you everything at once, it would overwhelm you. So I release what you need, when you need it, in love. I promise you this, you will not walk alone into what is ahead. When decisions feel unclear, I will give you wisdom. When the path feels narrow, I will give you peace. When waiting feels heavy, I will give you endurance. You do not have to strive to secure what I have already marked as yours. You may fear losing momentum. You may fear that delay means denial. But hear me clearly. Stillness does not mean stagnation. Waiting with me is never wasted time. Roots grow deeper in seasons where nothing seems to be happening above the surface. What I am anchoring now will support what you will carry later. I am not calling you to be perfect. I am calling you to be faithful. Even when your obedience feels small, it matters. Even when your progress feels slow, it counts. I see consistency where you see monotony. I see devotion where you see doubt. Trust my timing, even when it stretches you. Trust my voice, even when it is quiet. Trust my heart, especially when you do not understand my methods. I am gentle, but I am intentional. Nothing in your life is unfolding randomly right now. I promise you that doors meant for you will open without you forcing them. What is not meant for you will fall away without you fighting it. I will guard what concerns you as you keep your heart aligned with me. Let this assurance settle you. You do not need to hurry the future. You do not need to fear tomorrow. You do not need to replay yesterday. Stay present with me. Obedience today is the safest place you can be. I am with you in this becoming. I am pleased with your faithfulness. And I am leading you toward what I promised, step by step, at the right time, with steady love. Now, my child, this is the moment where you choose how you will respond to what I have shown you. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel more confident. Not when everything feels perfectly clear. This moment right now is an invitation. I am asking you to step into agreement with me, not just in belief, but in action of the heart. You have listened. You have recognized what has changed. You have felt the stirring inside you. But faith is not complete until it is activated. I am not asking you to do something dramatic or loud. I am asking you to trust me enough to move forward without needing every answer first. That is where real faith begins. There is a part of you that still wants reassurance before obedience. It wants certainty before surrender. I understand that. But remember, you did not come this far by waiting until fear disappeared. You came this far by moving while it was still present. Do not stop now. Choose to trust me again here. Choose to keep praying even when the excitement fades. Choose to keep obeying even when no one is watching. Choose to keep your heart soft when resistance tries to harden it. These choices may feel small, but they shape everything that comes next. I am asking you to release control. Not because I want to limit you, but because control will exhaust you. Let me lead. Let me correct. Let me redirect when needed. You do not have to carry the pressure of making everything work. That burden was never yours. There is also something I want you to leave behind in this moment. The habit of doubting your progress. The voice that keeps reminding you of who you used to be. The fear that tells you one mistake will undo everything. That voice is not mine. I am calling you to walk forward without dragging your past behind you. This is a decision point. You can retreat into familiarity, or you can step into trust. You can shrink back into overthinking, or you can move forward in faith. I am not rushing you, but I am inviting you. I am standing ahead of you, not behind you. If you are unsure how to respond, start simply. Talk to me. Tell me you trust me even if your voice shakes. Tell me you are willing, even if you feel unprepared. Willing hearts are powerful in my hands. Do not wait for a sign outside of this moment. This stirring you feel is enough. This awareness is enough. This invitation is enough. I am calling you deeper, not because you are lacking, but because you are ready for more. Take the step I am placing before you, even if it feels small. Stay faithful. Stay listening. Stay close. This is not the end of the journey. It is a turning point within it. Choose me here, my child. Choose trust over hesitation. Choose obedience over comfort. Choose faith over fear. I am with you, and I will meet you in every step you take toward me. Now rest, my child. Let your shoulders relax and your heart settle, because I want to leave you with peace, not pressure. Everything I have spoken to you was not meant to rush you, but to reassure you. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be, walking with me. You have come farther than you allow yourself to acknowledge. What once felt impossible no longer controls you the same way. What once intimidated you no longer has the same voice. This is not because you became stronger on your own, but because you stayed with me. And that is something no one can take from you. I want you to remember this moment when doubt tries to return. Remember that I spoke to you with clarity and love. Remember that I reminded you who you are and whose you are. You did not imagine this growth. You did not force this change. It unfolded because you trusted me enough to keep going. You do not need to fear what lies ahead. I am already there. I have gone before you to prepare what you cannot yet see. The future is not something you have to conquer. It is something you will walk into with me. One step at a time. One day at a time. With grace of vision for each moment. Let go of the need to replay every mistake. Let go of the urge to question whether you are worthy. I did not bring you here to abandon you. I did not awaken your heart to leave you confused. I am steady. I am faithful. I am near. Peace is your portion tonight. Hope is your companion. You do not have to solve everything before you rest. Trust me enough to sleep, to breathe, to live without carrying tomorrow's weight today. I will handle what concerns you as you remain close to me. If this message spoke to your heart, do not keep it to yourself. Like this video as a quiet act of agreement. Share it with 3 people who need reassurance that their obedience matters. Leave a comment and tell me what part touched you most. Stay connected by subscribing, because I am not finished speaking to you. This is not the end of the story. This is a sacred pause before the next unfolding. You are safe here. You are loved deeply. You are guided carefully. Lift your eyes with hope, not fear. Walk forward with confidence, not striving. I am with you in every step, every season, every becoming. Rest now, my child. I have you.